Drag queen names are sometimes raunchy, right?
Oh, all the time.
Okay.
There's a.
I just don't want to make it about that if that's not part of it.
No, there's one called Alaska Thunder 5000.
Okay.
So you're okay.
All right, Tory, say something.
Remember we were supposed to have a podcast? Podcast. Welcome to the LEM'n'TEA podcast, episode 31. We're the same age now. It's very exciting. I'm Tory, this is Lewis, and how you feeling?
I feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel pretty good.
Do you want to talk about why you're feeling good?
I feel pretty strong.
Okay.
Because like last weekend, like everybody had caught COVID in my house.
Yeah, you were the last. You played out last them all
for 3 years,
and some odd days between
incubation time.
Yeah,
I know. It sucked. I tested like twice, and then nothing happened, and then on the last one, it was like, yeah, no, you have it. So
you are now the COVID king.
Yeah, cool.
So, but all of you guys, although you said your kids didn't feel it too bad.
Didn't feel it at all.
Oh well, that's
like,
because everybody else,
with them.
All the other adults felt it, and it was like to varying degrees. And I don't know about Ashley, but I know, well, you had symptoms and stuff that I never had when I had COVID last year. What? All I had for me was a sore throat, a little bit of achiness, and a loss of sense and taste, and that was it. Otherwise, I was fine. So. Yeah,
I never had a sore throat, and I just had the loss of smell and taste, which is weird.
Well, you said you were also feeling like foggy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know COVID fog's a real thing. I never had that because I think maybe what it was supposed to do to my brain, I've already done to my brain. So maybe
I knew you were gonna say that.
I prevented it, but no, it was like maybe a little bit of achiness, like at the apex for like a day, and then afterwards it was just like sore throat, and it took a couple weeks to get back to. Yeah. But yeah, no. So and then our friend also was feeling it really bad and got Paxlovid and
yes, and
seemed really sick. Like
yeah, she was. I mean, it's weird because it's so different for everybody.
Yeah, that's crazy, and there's so many strains also.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what COVID. It's probably ignorant, but like I'm not even sure what it's doing anymore because like for the most part, like I've done everything I can do for COVID. Like I can't do anything else. Like it's on other people to get vaccinated and shit. Like
yeah, before all this happened, I had signed up like the day before the outbreak started. I signed up for my 4th COVID shot. So I'm like quadruple boosted.
That's crazy.
Don't mess with me. And then like I straight up asked the pharmacy guy too, because for some reason I know we were just talking about how it's weird to have like eyebrow threaders in the mall or hair salon plus at Walmart, but I went to Target to get my vaccine because they have a CVS, at least it's relevant. And so I straight up asked the guy there, I was like, is this gonna be like a yearly thing that we need to do? He's like, I'm not sure, I think they're trying to do that along with like how they do for flu shots. And I said, oh, okay, because nobody really, I don't think there's a plan about after you get the 4th one, if it's how often you're supposed to get it.
No.
So, but if they're offering them for free, I'm taking them. Yeah. Because I feel like we're going to get to a point fairly soon where it will be charged to some, maybe insurance, maybe. I don't know. Are flu shots free?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't think they are anyways.
It's been a little while since I've gotten one, but
how about like all vaccines are free? Like that would be really
nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because like they are required to live now.
Yeah. So
just make them free.
In fact, you should pay us for getting vaccinated. If you want to incentivize people who are non-believers, incentivize with money. So
that would be cool, actually.
But yeah, so that's all you can really do, and we're not like, we abided by all the rules to start with too. So
yeah, so that's why I'm not really keeping up with everything for COVID. Yeah, because at the beginning of the pandemic, I was keeping up with every fucking little thing of COVID and like scaring myself to death. Yeah. And I don't ever want to fucking do that again. That was like horrible.
But you know what the miraculous thing is that we have developed so quickly now, like compared to exactly 100 years ago with what was the Spanish flu or something. Mm-hmm. We developed a vaccine within like a year, or like something to stave it off so that there could be some normalcy and stuff. Like science is really cool and how quickly that happened. But I heard that there was also maybe something that was being developed before the outbreak. Because
this is SARS-CoV-2. Like they had the first SARS-CoV, which was the outbreak in like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And so since then they were working on something to like.
So they already had it.
They had some of it.
It's been fun for you. There was a good thing that happened this week too, though, right?
I stopped having COVID.
Well, yeah. Well, that's good. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here.
Mostly, yeah.
Mostly.
Well, I mean, like, like I get winded now. Like.
Oh yeah.
Like I need like recovery time. It really does fuck you up. Like,
you've been sitting around and not able to leave, so.
And then just kind of like laying around, and it does really like. I don't know. It does really affect you. It made me tired and shit. So I was really glad to not have it, or at least not that severe.
But something good also happened to you besides getting over COVID, right?
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes. Yeah. No. I know. So I was like, I've been trying to like get into a degree program for like now 2 months. And I finally got the word that like it's actually gonna happen, and I'll start it on May 1st.
Yay!
So
it's so awesome.
Thanks. It's kind of a struggle. I don't want to really like go into it just because like it's getting done, obviously.
Yeah.
And
you went through a lot more than most to get to this point, though.
Yeah.
So
including when I was 18 years old, getting a scholarship for oh god, it was called the Bright Futures Scholarship, and it basically paid for like 75% of my college.
Wow.
Yeah, but I fucked it up, and I lost the scholarship. Like I didn't go. Like I made a horrible decision.
Well, I mean,
and this is me trying to, I guess, write that, or I don't know, just get something that says that I have some sort of skill
15 years later.
Right.
Yeah, it's never too late.
No, I know it's never too late, but it just feels like a chance that I really need to not take for granted, because a lot of people do not get a second chance like this. Like it just doesn't happen. So
you're gonna do awesome.
Thank you. I hope I do awesome.
What are you gonna do awesome in? What is your focus?
So the program is cloud computing, and that's what I'm trying to do.
You're gonna be in the clouds.
We'll see. In the clouds.
In the clouds, you'll do it. You will.
You'll do it.
You will.
I bet you'll do it.
It's a fun cycle though. You're starting and I'm finishing college, so yeah. In the same
balanced.
Week. It's balanced. And then our friend is going to start another college course again because work pays for it. So, that's a good incentive.
Yeah, I guess. For me, I think I just would be fucking done. Like, I'd just be like, you know what? I've learned enough.
Yeah.
I'll take some courses here and there.
Yeah. Like webinars and stuff.
Right.
The amount of people who, I know they mean no harm in it, but the amount of people who are like, well, you're going to go get your doctorates now, right? And I'm like, no.
Why the fuck would I?
I think, I don't remember if I've said it before here, but one of my people I shadowed for my last, my capstone class said, you should only do a doctorate if you have a focus. Mm-hmm. Like if I wanted to be a children's librarian forever, I would have, it would be a focus in children's librarianship, I guess, or whatever. And that means it's just classes about just that. And that seems really boring. And also the fact that doctorates, I think just by the name would probably cost a lot more money. So no, thank you. If you want to sponsor, I'll make like a Patreon, but unless that's really happening, master's seems perfectly fine to me.
If you had unlimited resources financially, would you?
No. I wasn't even planning on going back to get a master's. So.
But you do have one. I mean, are you going to have one very soon?
3 weeks from now.
Has it really hit you yet, or is it still kind of?
I think it will hit me when I go there because it's 8 hours away from here. So
yeah,
I don't know yet. You'll probably hit me when I get there. Because I've never been to the campus or met anybody or anything. It's all been online.
Yeah.
And it is so far away, so.
That's going to be a shock. But it would be...
It'd be cool to put like a face to the names.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
So yours is obviously online as well.
Yeah.
So how about you? Has it hit you yet?
Not really. I mean, I have to, they sent over like this orientation course that I have to take. Mm-hmm. It's like 6 to 8 hours, but it doesn't have to be done in like one sitting.
Yeah.
So like, that's my plan this week coming up is to get that done.
Nice.
And it might hit me after that.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, maybe after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to be like, oh my God, I am doing classes. Holy shit. People are looking at.
I'm being graded.
My grades.
My grades.
My grades.
My brand.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous for that, I'll be honest.
Well, after that that amount of time, like even, I don't know, like for some reason I even felt, maybe it was because it was college, but I felt out of my depth going from high school to college in the short time between. But yeah, I finished college in 2014, mm-hmm. and then I went back to school late 2019, and that was 5. So 5 years still felt like a long time. It's hard. Sure. It's hard to get back into the swing of it.
Yeah.
You get into the swing of it. It's just like.
Sure, I get it.
It's familiar from like, regular school that you've already done, but then you don't ever have to see anybody or like deal with stupid teenage bullshit. Yeah. Aren't we all just so happy for the internet? So
yeah, I genuinely don't have any real fears other than just like hoping that I can retain knowledge. Just because it can be a challenge, obviously, and I'm not young like I used to be. Like I'm young, but I'm not.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're young.
Like when I was a kid, and I just kind of like soak things in. So.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know.
So but hopefully. You'll do great.
Thank you. I hope so.
We have vastly different subjects we're doing, but if you need any advice, hit me up.
Yeah.
Or our other friend who has done college online.
Yeah, for sure. I'll ask you for sure. I'll probably ask you right before it begins.
Every time I hear about what you said about like being younger and retaining things, I think of the Muzzy commercials. I wish I could tell you why, but I think it was something about like what? Sorry,
the little girl Muzzy.
Mm-hmm.
Je suis la jeune fille or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Oh yeah, something like.
Yeah.
But I just remember something where they were pitching like, to start your children younger because they retain stuff more. So now every time I hear that, I just think of those grainy Muzzy commercials.
Muzzy, what a reference.
Yeah.
I
don't know where my brain's at today.
Well, no, Muzzy is a great example of that because that is exactly what happened. You'd see that fucking commercial come on, and it was played to death too.
Oh yeah.
That commercial ran into the ground. Like it was probably still playing in the 2000s.
Oh yeah, right? I saw it in the 2000s.
Right, but it was old as shit.
Yes, it's funny how many old commercials kind of still exist. There's 2 holiday ones for Hershey's and for M&M's that are old. Cadbury cream eggs. That one's also mad old.
It's really old.
That's all I could think of, but I'm sure there's other old.
No, yeah, and they're like timeless, right?
And then the ones that are getting old, like, can we please retire Flo from Progressive? I'm over it.
Why do you hate Flo so much?
It's just like find another gimmick. I don't know.
Find another gimmick, okay.
Yeah, and my dad also hates her. It's really funny. If you want to ever hear him just be mad about nothing. I
want to, yeah.
Just be mad about nothing.
Should I just be like, man, I just got my bill from Progressive and they're trying.
Yeah, actually, yes. Any sort of adjacent, okay. Yeah. So, but anyway, so I got a little off topic. So,
no worries.
So yeah, bad news, you got COVID. Good news, you got into college. So like, we did get bad news yesterday though, about our favorite online game.
Favorite?
So our favorite.
You're an English major, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what favorite means?
Yeah.
Could you give me the connotation of the word favorite?
I don't know, like beloved, cherished, liked a lot.
Okay.
That's how we feel about Heardle, right?
So
what's the deal with Heardle?
Heardle is dying.
Yeah, thanks Spotify.
And that pisses me off.
So we got a message yesterday when we were playing our daily Heardle, which is just music Wordle, and it was like, we appreciate you playing, but we will no longer exist come May 5th. Download your stats before May 4th because they're going to go away. And that was it. It was like less than a year after Spotify bought Heardle.
It's so
dumb.
shitty. I'm so upset about this because
I know.
Like, even though this game, I play this game every day.
Yes, every day.
Fucking day. Like,
yeah.
If I miss the game, it's because like I am probably gravely ill.
Right, yeah.
Like,
or busy
or just like extremely busy or whatever, right?
Yep.
But I rarely miss the game, okay? And
I've had it as a tab on my phone.
I know.
Forever.
For fucking ever.
Number one.
It's like one of the first things I do in the morning.
Yep.
All right? That's how I start my morning.
Dictates the mood of my morning.
It does. And it was good at first.
And then Spotify bought it.
Right.
That's when it all went to hell.
And then it went to hell. And now, when I was getting used to hell.
This is nice. This is fine.
Adjusting to the temperature, as it were. It's not going to exist.
It's so dumb. And there were so many comments on like the pop-based Twitter post about it that was like, I didn't know this existed, otherwise I would have played it. And it's like, oh, I guess I didn't realize how severely under like promoted this was.
Yeah.
So
I want to make like a crazy claim. I think even like after Wordle has have been acquired by the New York Times,
it's still the same.
It's still the same.
And it's still free, surprisingly.
It's still free. And also, I think that probably the people that stopped playing it, probably even after that drop, they probably still vastly outnumber any Heardle player.
Yeah.
In terms of size. Like it was just so poorly promoted.
Well, the problem, too, was also that they had region locked it in certain countries. There was one comment I saw, too, that was like, me seeing this message while I've also seeing a message that said they was going to add Heardle to my country or whatever. There were signs of trouble when even if you got it right or wrong, it would play the first 30 seconds on the independent Heardle, and then Spotify bought it, and then it was like, want to listen to it? Screw you got to go onto our app for that or whatever. So it was like, oh no. So
oh no.
But our trials and tribulations with Heardle, we have a very like it's a pretty abusive relationship.
It is. It's a love-hate. We
come back knowing that there's a 50% chance of being disappointing. And why
is that?
Because all right, well, it's either the same like 5 or 6 artists rotated every 3 weeks, or it's a SoundCloud rapper, or it's, for me, something from like a time I wasn't alive for music to appreciate that I appreciated, like 60s and 70s bands like that. But like we'd already been playing it for so long.
Yeah.
And we knew it was bad, and neither of us have been shy about like cursing out Heardle. I've called them out multiple times on Twitter just to be annoying about it. But oh my god, so like one of the repeated artists is Lewis Capaldi.
Yes.
And I got a like on a tweet I had made about him from the Heardle from somebody the day that he was on the Heardle again, and I didn't realize until after I played it, and I was like, this is Lewis Capaldi. And it made sense that person had found my tweet by typing in Heardle Lewis Capaldi. But yeah, my biggest gripe, which I brought up here, and because of events that happened today, I am fully convinced that either A, Spotify is in on the meme, or B, there really are like a few artists that are paying Spotify to feature their songs a lot. Because what did we get today?
Today was fucking Coldplay again.
Yeah,
man.
it was Coldplay.
It really was like, at first I didn't really see the trend, but you started keeping track. Like you really know like which ones have been played and which ones haven't. Because
I get them wrong usually. I was like, oh, it's him again. So yeah, it was Coldplay, Imagine Dragons, Lewis Capaldi, Billie Eilish, Sia, There's some other ones I can't remember, but it was a lot of Coldplay. A lot of Coldplay. Like, I still don't know any more about Coldplay than I did before. So
today was Coldplay.
That was nuts. The day after, about like, and one of the most liked tweets I saw was about like,
Coldplay.
How will I think they said Imagine Dragons, but they were like, how will I get my Imagine Dragons fixed now or something? So I don't know if Spotify
it really
was just like...
fucking Imagine Dragons and Coldplay. Like, it really was.
Yeah.
It was a real thing. Like, Imagine Dragons, Coldplay.
Yeah.
Louis Capaldi. Yeah, Neo.
Not as much, but he was on there at least twice in a short amount of time. Mm-hmm. But it's like... I can't understand if it's serious or not, and it's just sort of like one more like, haha, you made fun of us, here's some Coldplay or something. But like, it's...
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel like that's vindictive. At this point, I feel like it's a little vindictive.
But there is a version... Heardle apparently is easy to make as like a concept, sort of playable game thing. Mm-hmm. So there's so many hurdles, like so many like niche hurdles, like some with anime songs. I think there's one for... Love Live or something. There's different decades, which there's one called Heardle Decades, which I think we're going to be migrating over to when the real Heardle goes away. Yeah,
I think I retweeted something from them like the other day, like yesterday.
Yeah.
And
it's like it just happened yesterday.
I didn't know that existed, so now that I do, I'll be playing that.
There used to be a K-pop Heardle, but
there's a ton of K-pop.
I think there's another one. There's ones for specific groups, but
yeah, there's every like top group has a hurdle.
Yeah, so maybe I'll play that one. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's just a shame because like I don't know, there was nothing wrong with the hurdle. It's like cookie Reese's peanut butter cups, the cookie cups. It's like we're taking this thing and redoing it or rebranding it or like promoting it more or something like that. And it's like, so you're gonna leave it the same, right? And then they don't, and it completely takes away from why people liked it in the first place. Like, all you had to do, Reese's, was put a stupid whole cookie in the middle of your peanut butter cup. It's not hard. You made it harder by doing little sprinkles of cookie that nobody cared about. So, Spotify is to Heardle as Reese's is to the revived cookie cup. Okay, I'm done.
Wow.
I have feelings about Heardle too, man. I feel offended because I stuck with it despite all of the Coldplay and Imagine Dragons, and I stuck with it, and I now have nothing to show for it. I didn't even keep track of my stats. I wasn't bothered enough to do that, so I really have nothing to show. What is the point of downloading your stats too? It's like one more chance to download your stats.
How do you get stats?
For I think you have to make it. Maybe you have to make an account. I don't know.
I'm not doing that.
Well, not anymore.
Definitely not now. No, but I never did.
Yeah.
I don't care. If I got it wrong, I got it wrong. If I get it right, I get it right.
Yeah, I don't need to know my statistics, especially with half of them going to be like a big black bar that's like, you didn't get it, you loser. Cool.
Be nice to yourself.
It's half Heardle's fault, so it's okay. But anyway, so
it's dead.
Yeah, by the time, the next time we make an episode that comes out, it will be dead.
We're dead.
So, thanks for nothing, Spotify. This is why I use YouTube Music. Ooh.
YouTube Music would... Oh, yeah, they would. I was going to say YouTube Music would never, but Google is infamous for buying shit or, like, acquiring shit and then, like, shutting it down and not sticking to.
Alexa, play Blackpink's Shut Down.
Don't.
Why? It's a good song.
Oh, I thought you were going to ask Joe Biden for his...
No. All right. No. I regret making a joke about Joe Biden's favorite song having to do with his stutter. I regret it. I'm here to repent. I am sorry.
Don't be sorry. All right. So
before you all got officially diagnosed with COVID.
Yes.
You did get to go out into the world to do something.
Yeah. Didn't you see it too, right?
I did. Yeah, we saw these separately.
Okay. Mario movie.
The Mario movie. And yeah, I think we both went in with low expectations for Chris Pratt. Because in the trailers, it was just like, I'm Chris Pratt doing my Chris Pratt voice that's pretending to be Mario, but only slightly. And it was like really...
Only slightly.
It was it was not like, it wasn't good. It didn't leave me feeling like, oh, I trust him as Mario. But
I mean, it was like widely panned, right?
Yeah,
so, like,
the trailer, just because of Chris Pratt, though. The rest of it looked good.
The rest of it was pretty good. Mm-hmm. Like, it was fine. Everybody really loved Jack Black in the trailer.
Yeah, not hard.
As Bowser, and Anya Taylor-Joy was great as Peach. And then even Toad was good. Like, Keegan-Michael Key was surprisingly good.
So yeah, the trailers surprisingly didn't do Chris Pratt justice, because he ended up being okay.
He was okay. It was not even distracting or anything, though.
No.
So that's a good thing.
Well, I think it helped the way that they... Spoiler talk, I think, pretty much. Yeah. Spoiler talk.
Spoiler talk. Let's do it.
I think it helps that the very opening scene is like them with the "It's a me, Mario," whatever, like pitched accented voices for the commercial they do. And then it pans over to them and it still sounds like them. Right. Because they did the "It's a me," whatever thing. And then it's like, oh, they don't have the accents, but now I'm kind of used to these voices. And so it's like, okay, I think I'm okay with this. Although we went with friends and Josh was like, I still don't understand why they didn't just get the voice of Mario to do it. And it's like, well, I don't either, Josh. I don't know what to tell you. It's a rare thing.
He was in the movie.
He was, as like family members of the brothers.
And he was also in the restaurant in the beginning.
Oh,
he was the old man. Or whoever.
So, okay, well, that's good. I don't know. It's rare. Like, everybody's really happy in the Sonic 2 movie when they had the voice of Tails, like, who actually did the voice of Tails. But it's not a thing that happens all the time. Like, celebrity voices for properties that otherwise didn't have celebrity voices is kind of common. But it seems it's good that they care more about matching and not just being like getting any willing celebrity. Yeah. So like I loved
Charlie Day.
Yeah, I love Charlie Day as Luigi. He did awesome.
That was really fucking good.
And Luigi needs to be protected at all costs. Always. Little sweet bean.
Dude, I love seeing the little baby Mario scene. That was so cool.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's adorable.
Oh yeah, all the reference. Okay, so I know it's like kind of it's pandering. It is. With all the references. It is definitely pandering. But there's something that's honest about it when it's like, because people behind Mario were involved in this, and so similarly, like maybe people behind Pokemon were behind references in Detective Pikachu, and then people who what is the other one I was gonna say? What's another? I'll come back to it, but it's fine. But anyway, it seems more sincere when the people who know the property are doing all the references. Sonic's the other one. Yeah, the Sega team was helping with that, so it's like, oh, it's Jumpman. Oh, I get it.
Yeah. For sure. And they do the same thing with Sonic too. Like they do like Green Hills or like shit like that for
even like Sonic in the first movie, which was like really weird, but it's like, all right, I kind of get it. I understand the context.
They're aware, which is a good thing. Because when you're not aware, you end up with that fucking Sonic thing that looked like garbage. That weird fucking face. So
I want them. That's lost media. I want them to release that, because there's a conspiracy, which we'll get to later, about the fact that it was purposely animated badly so that it would get some all publicity is good publicity, some sort of hype about it from people, and that they had already had the actual version like ready. That's the conspiracy. I'm just saying.
Ooh, okay.
That it was a really elaborate and dicey marketing scheme. But I want to believe that there is a full version of this.
I feel like that would be so expensive
to read. Oh,
yeah.
I don't know. They did it in a short time too, I think. So
right.
But that's the conspiracy. But anyway,
that's
I appreciated all the Mario references. That's where we were at.
I really loved it. It was great. It was so basically what it is it's a movie that's like an isekai, right? Like, so he gets hit or he falls down the warp pipe.
Yep.
And they get separated and they go into the
oh, and the fact that it was like a haunted place and it was like Luigi's mansion.
Yeah.
I love that.
And it was listen, I know that it's like targeting a part of my brain that's like
nostalgia reference.
Like I know it's bad.
Yeah.
I know what it is. It's bad. But I want it. And I saw it.
Please, yes. I love all the nostalgia. Right. So here, I pitched this already, but here's my pitch for the sequel. Because there's going to be a sequel. This is finally like the Mario movie that I'm sure maybe Nintendo had envisioned back in the 90s when the other one came out.
Go for it.
So my pitch is there was this tiny sequence with Peach being like, yeah, I'm the only human here and I ended up here somehow, some way. I think I must be from your area when she's talking to Mario. And it's like, yes. The sequel's going to be her trying to like find her family because that's what it seemed to be alluding to.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And
also that Rosalina's going to be involved in the second one. So Peach will find Daisy. Because I think canonically they're cousins, I think.
They're related somehow, right?
So, like, Daisy is in New York and Peach has been stuck in, what the hell is the name? I was going to call it Toadland. That's not what it's called.
Mushroom Kingdom.
Mushroom Kingdom, Toadland. Perfect.
Toadland.
But that because there was what are the little star things that Rosalina has?
The Luma?
The Luma, which is my favorite character in the entire movie. So good. It was awesome. This depressing, we're all gonna die or whatever.
Ryan loved that character.
I loved it. It was so awesome. But because there was one in the movie that Rosalina will be in the second one. Mm-hmm. Those are my predictions. Yep.
That's cool.
So. I
predict Wario in the next one.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, somebody on Twitter, I guess everybody, when you asked me who I thought should play Wario, I said, I don't know, Danny DeVito, I guess. And apparently that's a popular thought.
Danny DeVito? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, who did they have for, there was another person they had for Waluigi.
I'm not sure about Waluigi, but Jack Black wants Pedro Pascal to be Wario.
Why?
I don't know. I would be down for it, but not if it impedes Danny DeVito.
I don't see why it would impede Danny DeVito, but... Sorry, I have a lot of stuff liked on Twitter. But yeah, so the movie was good. I like the direction it went in as like an origin story. I don't know. I'm happy with how they handled it.
I like the Donkey Kong parts.
I forgot about Donkey Kong. There's so much stuff that happened. There's a lot that happened.
The only casting I did not like in the movie was Fred Armisen. Is it Fred Armisen?
I don't know what you're referring to.
Yeah.
Oh, Willem Dafoe as Waluigi.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, God. Yeah. That'd be great. Fucking Willem Dafoe and Danny DeVito together.
Yeah. Yeah. So
perfect
that's Twitter's casting.
You can't get better than that.
But anyway, I'm sorry. I keep getting off track.
What the fuck was I talking about? Cranky Kong.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, Fred. Oh, he played him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay, yeah, no. Cranky Kong, surprisingly, I was the most bummed out by of any character, including Mario.
That's the only one that I really, really didn't like, because I thought the other ones were really good.
He didn't sound cranky enough. He sounded mildly disgruntled.
He sounded like Rudy Giuliani, like he...
Yeah, I know you said that.
I'm like, why does he sound like this?
With guest voice actor Rudy Giuliani.
Hey!
Mario Kart part was great.
Dude. It was so fucking good.
You noticed several Donkey Kong Country characters in the Mario versus Donkey Kong scene, which I didn't even notice. I only noticed Diddy Kong. But there were others.
There was Chunky Kong from Donkey Kong 64. Mm-hmm. And there was Dixie Kong. And of course, there was Diddy Kong. I guess it was in the movie. But that was fucking cool.
Yeah. I love all the references.
I know.
One of the newscasters was, gosh, I forget her name, but she's from Mario Odyssey.
Oh, Pauline?
Yeah.
Pauline.
Yeah, she was one of the newscasters.
Yeah, she was.
There was like a brief glimpse of Yoshi. In my headcanon sequel, he'll probably have more of a role in the second movie.
I really hope so.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm a slut for nostalgic reference to anything ever. So... I pander to me. I don't care as long as it seems not like 100% soulless.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a whole demographic for that shit on YouTube. So like, send it her way.
Me.
She will eat that shit. Leave no fucking
crumb. No crumbs.
She ate.
Clean plate.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Mario movie was good. I liked it.
Yeah, Mario movie was good.
It was great. There'll definitely be more of them.
Yeah. I don't know what they're expected to make budget-wise, like if they're trying to meet a certain expectation. But
they already surpassed it. Like they fucking crushed it.
Perfect.
Listen, there's a couple ways we can do this, okay? We can go right into the conspiracy theories. We can do the thing that's next to it.
Okay.
Below it.
Yeah.
Or you can do the...
Where we can crack open a Bud Light.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Crack open a Bud Light.
Yeah, you know, they're getting to be for those gays.
The gays?
The gays.
The male gays?
I don't know if that's a compromising statement for some people.
You know what's crazier too?
No.
So the whole situation is like really weird, obviously, because like it's like this dumb, like made up fucking problem.
Yeah.
Like what happened was that they like, you know the whole story by now, right? They like fucking gave this
TikTok influencer Dylan Mulvaney.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they gave her a can with her like face on it or something.
And she's trans. Oh no.
Right. But then aside from that, they also put the gay flag on it, right?
Yeah.
So.
Drive the point home.
But like, okay.
There are so many beer companies that do pride versions of their beers.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I know Coors Light does it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot. This is not new.
Sam Adams does it too.
Not new.
Coors has done it since the 80s, apparently.
And
so
yeah, and I think the real problem was just that it featured a trans person. I think really was the crux of the issue.
So who got mad about this? Nobody, right?
I mean, he's kind of a nobody now.
Is that Kid Rock?
Yeah.
Did you see his fucking video, dude?
No, I didn't. Oh, he has a video?
Yeah, you want to
Kid Rock is like very personally offended by this.
He is.
And all these people who are like, I'm dumping out my Budweisers. It's like, well, that's great. They still have your money. Like, right. You still gave money to them. You can't ask for a refund, so you're doing nothing. They don't care what you do with the beer as long as you buy it.
And you did. At some point.
You dummy.
Dummy.
Okay, so sorry. What is this video?
It's just Kid Rock being like, I just want to send a message to Anheuser-Busch or whatever. And it, like, sets up this... Mm-hmm. He has this, like, rack of beers all set up.
Oh, does he, like, shoot them? I think.
Yeah,
like I did see this.
15 or some shit or what. I don't know. Some sort of rifle.
Yeah.
And then he shoots the fuck out of them. So.
Either way, you bought them. Again. Yeah. So it's like stupid stuff's getting banned now. Like... or like getting like canceled or something. Like Budweiser for having a gay person. Oh no, it's like it's frustrating.
It's also like
all you have to do is not buy it. Don't like that Dylan Mulvaney's on the Budweiser, go buy a different beer. Don't like that we have a book that you don't agree with, don't check the book out.
Bud Light is such a horrible drink too. Like it's just not a good. I have had a couple of Bud Lights in my life, okay? Mostly because
they were there.
They were there, and I had nothing else.
Yeah. And
my father-in-law likes Bud Light.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. I don't want to be rude, and I'll take one every now and then.
That's a very, like, Asian culture state of mind.
Yeah.
Like, if you're out and the boss offers you a drink.
Yeah.
It's rude to not accept it.
You got to drink it. So, like, I've had a couple. It's not my first choice. It's not my 71st choice.
It's my 72nd choice.
But... it's not good. It's just not good.
I don't like any beer ever, and Josh always tries to get me to have another one. He's like, this one tastes like blueberry, and then it just tastes like blueberry in beer, and it's still disgusting to me. So, like, it doesn't matter to me.
You can't... if you don't like beer, you just don't like beer. Like,
there's no making me like beer.
There's no, like... it's really hard to find that sweet spot. Like, maybe a cider or something.
Maybe.
Might be kind of like a halfway point, but...
85% of what I drink is water, so...
okay.
So I really don't...
vodka. Gotcha.
I know, and I do like alcoholic drinks with... but not beer.
It's okay. So. It's not for everybody. It really is an acquired taste. I didn't like it. It's not even like my go-to drink anymore. My go-to drink is a margarita because it's just so fucking good. Mm-hmm. But like, it's okay. Beer's okay.
It does the job.
It does the job. It gives me a headache, which is probably why I don't drink too much.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Kid Rock, hates trans people or something though with this whole thing. Oh wait, it's like because he's never been around a trans person ever, right? He's never been around any member of the LBGQTXYZ community.
Alphabet mafia.
I love when people complain about how it's too many letters. They don't have any problem with acronyms like AARP or anything. Like
AARP.
Like
that's accurate.
It's like 2 extra letters than you're used to. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Didn't you learn the alphabet that has 26 letters?
Alphabet people.
Them alphabet people.
Yeah. No, he's like, there's like pictures of him with like.
When did he turn transphobic? I'm curious. I just want to know. It's interesting.
It is interesting because it's all bullshit. Like it's so easy to make money.
Like if you want them to fail, don't acknowledge it. Like if you're like, I disagree with this thing, don't make a big deal about it online, because like there's so many issues that like nobody really would have known were issues if there weren't some loud people who were all pissy and being loud about it.
I want to get to this.
Yeah.
I think it'll be funny.
Okay.
You are a very big fan of like drag queens.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And drag in general.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fun.
The whole pillar.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I bring this up is because drag queens usually have really, really interesting names.
Yes.
Like, off the top of my head, there's is it Alaska Thundercunt?
Thunderfuck.
Thunderfuck.
5,000.
Whoops.
That's okay.
I'll edit that out.
Okay.
Holy shit. What a name.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, she just goes by Alaska, obviously, but like, you want to go by her full government name. That's it.
Obviously, we mentioned the other ones earlier, Trixie Mattel. And she picked the name Trixie because she had, I forget if it was her dad or stepdad, but he was very homophobic and called her a Trixie as like a slur. So, reclaiming the word, Love
that
it.
sort of thing. Yeah.
That's actually really a great reason for naming.
Yeah.
There's shout out to Misconception, who we met.
Oh, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was awesome.
She was awesome.
She was great.
I'm so bad. I don't know. Obviously, RuPaul is like ubiquitous.
RuPaul, which is his real name, which is so fun. Because, like, I don't know. It's now ubiquitous to me with, like, LGBTQ culture. And it's just to think, like, could have just been a regular, like, straight person name. Yep. It just sounds so, like, extravagant now because of RuPaul. So
it does sound very, like, yeah. But, yeah, it's just so like, the naming conventions are kind of out there sometimes. Like, it's never just a regular name, or if it's a regular name, there's like a twist on it, right?
Yes.
Right. And you've come up with a couple names.
I only have one, and
this one?
Yeah.
No.
I was trying to look up more drag queen names I liked. There's one named Sharon Needles.
Okay.
There's one named Jiggly Caliente, who she specifically named herself after Jigglypuff from Pokemon.
Okay.
I don't know. There's a lot of like real name ones, which is funny. Like, you just get ones like Tammy Brown and like Alyssa Edwards. Courtney Act, which she's Australian, so with an Australian accent, it's supposed to sound like Caught in the Act.
Courtney Act.
But she went on to the US version of RuPaul's Drag Race, and nobody said her name in a way that would have been like, haha, that's a clever name, because, accent. Pandora Box.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, but I don't know, I think they're all creative, and they don't all have to necessarily be puns, but I appreciate a good punny drag name. And so the one that I picked for myself...
Let's hear it.
It was inspired by A Christmas Story, my honest to God, like, legitimate favorite Christmas movie of all time. I watch it every year on repeat. I'm one of those.
TBS.
I own the DVD too, as well. But when I like bop over to like different like family houses, it's usually on at a different point in the movie, which is great.
You can actually watch that whole fucking movie going through like houses.
It's awesome. I love it. I think it's a cool tradition, and I'm sorry for people who don't like it. Have some fun in your life.
My God.
But anyway, there's oh, sorry, go ahead.
No.
There's a part where Flick gets his tongue stuck to the pole, and when the teacher is asking where he is, it's this girl named Esther Jean who like points to the window, and I was like, oh my God, that'd make a really good drag name.
Esther Jean.
Because yes, Esther Jean, which is like estrogen. So
that's really funny.
Because there's another drag queen whose name is Pheromone.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. So like I said, I love me a good punny name. So Esther Jean, I'm sure it's already done, but I'm putting my TM copyright circle over it, if not, but
perfect.
It's fun. Like, it's just like
Esther Jean.
Yeah. Esther Jean.
But that's a really good drag name. Yeah.
It's like a good creative writing exercise too.
Yeah.
Gets the creative juices going.
You got to get them going.
Yes.
You got to keep them going.
So did you keep some going to make some names for yourself?
I came up with 6 names.
Oh, hold a vote. Vote in the comments below.
All right. They're not all going to be as good as...
Okay. I'm excited.
Weight them appropriately, okay?
Okay.
We're going to go with one that I've already told you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Which I thought was pretty good.
Yes.
But apparently, I think it's already been done.
They're quick, those drag queens.
I know. They're so damn quick. Kylie Gender.
Yes. The whole gender family.
Yeah. I mean, you can go a lot of places with that, right?
Yeah.
This one... Femme Fatale.
Ooh. I like that one. There's one that was on a season of Drag Race called Miss Fame, but I don't think her name was
Miss Fame.
Yeah.
Okay, this is where it starts getting weird.
Okay. Ooh, love weird. Let's go. No, come on. I love weird. Let's go.
Justa Tip.
All right.
You ever hear of the actress? Her name, she was in Dawson's Creek. I think Dawson's Creek. Her name was Busy Phillips.
Yeah.
Bussy Phillips.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And
yeah.
Anxiety.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And then Fornication.
Ooh.
I think that's already been done then, probably.
Yeah, maybe. I like that anxiety though.
Mm.
That's a good one.
Anxiety.
Yeah, I like anxiety. But yeah, those are all good.
Mm. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry, I'm erasing.
Are you getting rid of candidates?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I found I was looking for books at the library, and it's translated from, I think, Russian, and it made me think of like if somebody wanted to like copy Dolly Parton in a crappy way.
Wait, what? Barton Polly.
Yeah. So Polly Barton. It's like, oh, you just wanted to copy Dolly Parton. No.
Polly Barton. No.
I'm not her. I'm Polly Barton.
I'm not Dolly.
I'm not Stu. So like, there was another girl. I think her name she was one of the Kardashians, but instead of Kardashian, she was Karbdashian because she was a little more plus size.
That's great.
So
I just thought of one right now.
Go for it.
Molly Kuehl.
Ooh. Love some science ones. Those are good.
Right?
Yeah, so like that's the stuff that I really like is a play on a normal conventional word. Like misconception also.
I like that.
Yeah. Drag queens are so creative.
Damn, they really are.
But they are not all age appropriate. And the sooner we realize that, the sooner we can stop making legislations against it.
Yeah. So
we're going to make it serious now.
Yeah.
Unexpectedly sorry.
No. You're right. They're not all age appropriate. I think that's on the person attending the show though. Like, so if you're bringing a minor to the show, it's on you.
Right. Like they do drag brunches and stuff. Like
of course.
My mom goes to them sometimes, and it's like
the ones the people that go to the library. They are not going to be there to do their act. They're there to read to kids.
They're heavily, I mean, I know for the one that our library uses, they're heavily vetted too, I think. Sure. Or not heavily vetted, but like they are ones that most drag queens, including Trixie, she did a video on this on our YouTube channel that said, like, most drag queens are not interested in interacting with children in any way whatsoever. Like, they don't like children and they don't give a shit, you know? So,
sure.
But there's, in Massachusetts, I think there's a place called the Pineapple Project, and they are ones who collaborate with public spaces, and there will be drag people. It's not necessarily drag queens. We had I think we had a non-binary one before that was just like, like really nicely make-uped or whatever.
Make-uped.
Sculpted,
sure.
As the term goes. And they didn't dress obscenely or anything at all because it's children. But there's drag queens that sign up for that. But for the most part, drag's never been for the children. Mm-hmm. There's never been a think about the children mentality in that way.
Sure.
They just kind of like went and did their own thing as, you know, all, you know, consenting adults for the most part. Like, and by the most part, I mean like teens who were upper age who were trying to like figure out who they were and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of community was never child oriented is what I mean. So
yeah,
like when drag queens were first like starting to be a thing. Gosh, we are on part 3 of conspiracy theories.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is part 3. We're not done. If it was up to me, I'd never be done. Maybe I'll come up with another conspiracy next time, but
yeah, it doesn't have to be done. Just bring them up.
I mean, I'm now like 99% convinced of my conspiracy theory being real that Coldplay is like paying Spotify. Like unless Spotify is straight up just like, haha, got you. Like I'm fully committed. This is my flat earth theory. Like there's nothing that will ever convince me otherwise. So.
Wow.
So like I said, I could talk about conspiracy theories like
you are
every
a
episode.
woman possessed. Right now.
The exorcism.
All right, so I think we left off last time. We talked a lot about, you know, we mentioned aliens, we mentioned Bigfoot, all that kind of stuff, right?
Flat Earth.
Flat Earth was last time.
Yeah. I think we did 9/11 also. We didn't do 9/11, but like we talked about 9/11. Okay. And we talked about my favorite one, which was Lincoln and Kennedy. Mm-hmm. My favorite one. Mm-hmm. But, so yeah, we are almost done with a list of, like, most known conspiracy theories. And this one is specifically, you wanted to wait to do for its own separate time. And it was about celebrities. Mostly how they died.
Or if they're dead or whatever.
Or if they're dead, yeah. So, do you want to start or you want me to start?
I want you to start.
Okay.
I'll start it.
Okay. I'll start with a disappearance one. And that one would be, well, let's go in history. We'll do Amelia Earhart. She was one of the most notable and one of the first like female pilots, and she wanted to do a trip. I forget to where. I don't think it was around the world. I think it was just from like halfway to the world without stopping. And she went with a guide fellow, and the plane was never seen again. And I remember just a couple of years ago, there was someone who claimed that there was like this picture of her sitting at the edge of a deck. Of a dock, and it's like, but it's like really far away. It's one of those long docks, and they're like, that's her, because it was just some woman wearing like cargo shorts and had a short haircut. So there's so many theories about like if she crashed in the water, if she crashed on like this deserted island, if she landed safely on a deserted island and just lived her life there. So the conspiracy is like, where'd she go? And I don't know, I think any of them are plausible. They find so many like wartime ships still now. In the water, the ocean, we've only explored, I think they say like 10% of the ocean ever, right? Why are you laughing?
You brought this up in the first conspiracy theory.
It's not, yeah, I did with the Loch Ness Monster. Okay, well, whatever. Anyway.
No. I'm just saying, I remembered that fact because you brought it up. I remember that fact.
In case you missed it.
But yeah.
They find stuff all the time. Like, I really, truly would not be surprised if she's actually at the bottom of the ocean and she's still like strapped in or whatever.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
I think she probably maybe got lost and crashed. Mm-hmm. And she couldn't navigate or something.
That's part of the conspiracy, though, is because she literally just disappeared off the face of the earth, and she could literally be anywhere.
She could be.
But I found her so fast. I did a project on her in first grade, and I found her fascinating, personally, ever since. So
she was an inspiration.
She was. Well, she didn't disappear. But yeah, so she's one. That's one of the more harmless sort of ones, because it gets to be more harmless as more time passes. Mm-hmm. So there's like ones for people who are still alive. It's like seems still too soon.
Too soon.
But
yeah. She's definitely dead by now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. She's dead. Rip the legend.
Rip the legend. Ripcord the legend.
Rip. Oh.
But she's definitely dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Rip.
Do you want to talk about any ones that you had strong feelings on? There's plenty. We got plenty.
The one that I have probably the most strong feeling, I'll save for later.
Okay.
Okay.
Or second most strong feeling.
Kind of. So there's
the third most strong feeling.
Oh no numbers. Listen, these two celebrities have had like clone conspiracies.
Oh yeah, okay? Clone conspiracies. So it's Avril Lavigne, yes,
and Eminem. Right?
Yeah.
So it's basically like, oh, Avril Lavigne was replaced. She died. Like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
She died in like, I don't know, early 2000s or some shit.
Yeah.
And they replaced her, and then that's why she looks a little different, because it's not the same person. It's a clone, or it's some sort of
like
double or some shit.
It's
basically the same story for Eminem.
Yeah.
Because like he had that drug issue or something, and
when about was he supposedly replaced?
I want to say like mid to late 2000s.
Okay.
So like. Probably around like 2005 upwards.
Okay.
So, and people point out like he's got like a different jawbone and stuff like that, and
he's also getting older.
Yeah, he is.
Although he did have a bunch of lookalikes in that one MTV performance.
He did, yeah, that was crazy.
So many people looked like him. It'd be real easy to just swap out Marshall Mathers with I don't know, Paul Smith. I don't know.
Paul Smith.
Sure.
But yeah, so they have both had like, oh, it's not actually them, it's their clone or it's their body double, and they're living their life out as them, because that would be so fucking crazy. Like those theories are fun, but they're also like so dumb, because like then the record company is like making money off of this fucking person who is dead, but they've replaced somehow in order to make more money, when they could just like stop paying them and be done with it if they actually were dead. Like,
money is a powerful bargaining chip,
I guess.
Yeah. There's some books that are written by people who have long been dead, like written by like their estates though. And it's like the cover says, like, I think the most famous one would be like Agatha Christie. She's been dead for quite a while. New books are still coming out written by her.
Agatha Christie.
But and then you only find out on like the next couple pages, like the title pages, that it's like written by so and so, but they're not on the cover. So it seems like Agatha Christie. Like when I catalog it, I have to do Agatha Christie, and I don't put the actual person who wrote it because they're not on the title.
That's so.
But there's a lot of places that do that. So it's like if when an author dies, we joke up at our workplace like, oh, wonder if they're gonna keep writing books on this person's behalf, or if they're just gonna let them actually be dead. So
let me rest. So
yeah, it does seem like a weird practice to like keep the name of somebody going when they are actually dead.
Yeah.
It's like, just count your losses, man. Like it's done.
It's just a very like,
we didn't do this for Aaliyah.
Yeah. And it's a very, like, complex thing. Like, you'd have to, like, stage the whole thing. You'd have to, like, pull off a fake death. And not saying that it's never happened. I'm just saying, like, how common is it that
That's one of the conspiracy theories with Elvis Presley.
Okay, what is there's a conspiracy that he's alive, right?
Yeah. That there's, like, pictures floating around of him, like, as a senior or something, and there was like some handwriting expert that deduced that the letter that he wrote to the president matched the handwriting on the signature of the death certificate as Elvis's own handwriting.
Yeah.
So it's things like that, or like that his tombstone is misspelled on purpose as a way of him saying like that it's not actually him who's dead or something like that. So things like that. He's dead now. I think it would be pretty safe to say.
Yeah, I would say he would probably be.
He wasn't the healthiest fellow anyway in his later years.
What was this fucking sandwich he used to eat?
Oh, peanut butter and banana.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I'm not doing that. No.
Which reminds me of like baby food.
Banana baby food is great. Okay.
I don't like banana anything, so I guess I'm just biased.
You don't like banana anything? Not even.
But I love banana runs.
That's so weird.
Oh my god, they're so good.
That's so weird.
Please send me your banana runs. I know most people don't like them.
Send it. She ate.
And I will. No crumbs. One of my favorite conspiracy theory replacement people is Paul McCartney, which is funny because I don't care about the Beatles. But there's a lot of lore behind it. So they say that he died in the 80s and was replaced. Mm-hmm. And I guess like his nose is a little more pinched. I think it's just a bad nose job. I don't really know. But like, and he sounds the same. So yeah, I guess, I don't know. Like, if you look at side-by-side pictures, it's like, oh, he looks a little older and his nose is a little more pinched. I guess it's whatever. But one of the things that's pointed out is supposedly subliminal messages in Beatles songs that say, like, I miss Paul or whatever like that, alluding to him being dead.
Yeah.
In the future.
Right.
And then the cover of Abbey Road has been also, like, used as Paul hinting at his own imminent death. So, like, let me see if I remember these right. John Lennon's dressed in white and he is the angel, and then George Harrison is dressed in all denim and he's the gravedigger, not like James, but you know. And then Ringo is what is he wearing?
A loincloth.
No. Oh God, I had this. It's always Ringo, man. No.
Fuck Ringo.
Everyone hates Ringo. I had this all. I had this all figured out, man.
I don't like the Beatles either.
I don't know. They're fine. But, oh, okay. So Ringo's in a suit and he's the mourner of the person at the funeral.
Okay.
And then Paul McCartney is in his own kind of suit, but he's out of step with the others and he has no shoes on and he's holding a cigarette and people are all thinking that's like an illusion for him being the corpse. So it's all like these weird allusions to him being dead, but he has said several times that he's alive, which I find that must be so frustrating because, like, I remember Steve from Blue's Clues said something too, where like the reason that he died, it was like he was a drug addict and then he got killed in a car accident, and him saying like, you know, it's kind of crappy that there's so many instances of people wanting you dead that they make up articles.
Yeah.
So I feel bad for like Avril and Paul and whoever, like. Having to constantly prove that you're alive is so weird.
It's a weird fucking thing. And it's like, most of them are kind of dumb and they're all unfounded, obviously.
I think the Paul one is cool, though, as if he predicted his own death. Fortunately, it's great he's alive, but he was not John Lennon or George Harrison, who were killed way early, you know, earlier than they should have been made to be dead. So.
To be dead.
So, like, if John Lennon was the one with this conspiracy theory thing up about Abbey Road's album cover, that would have been cool. Yeah. But that's why it's a conspiracy.
Yeah, I never heard that one actually. I never knew anything.
I know so much about a band I don't really care about.
Fair enough.
It's just like Heardle.
Okay.
What else you got?
Well, obviously, we talked about the Kurt Cobain thing, right?
A little bit.
A little bit. It's just a conspiracy theory that, like, Courtney Love probably, like, had something to do with the murder or something, right?
Well, there was, like, evidence of her, like, trying to copy Kurt's handwriting or something, too.
Okay.
For some reason. Mm-hmm. Nobody really knows why. It was, like, something about, like, Kurt's suicide note where the first half seemed like it was more written by him and the second half became a little more, like, not as, like, articulated as the first one, or like a different tone or something. He's
probably like
yeah, so
really struggling at that point.
I mean, I don't know. So like some of the conspiracy theories about the dead celebrities are not that if they died or not, but they're just the circumstances behind their death,
how they died. Yeah,
I mean Kennedy's a good example of that one too. So
and Lincoln.
I mean, they found who did it to Lincoln. So
Lincoln and Kennedy and Lincoln.
And his secretary's name was Lincoln. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. Do you have any more?
I do.
Go for it.
Princess Diana.
Okay, what's the deal there?
That's also an interesting one. So, like, she was always supposed to die in some way. What happened was, like, that's the conspiracy theory. And so what actually happened was she and her boyfriend and bodyguard, I think, and there was, like, 4 people in that car, were being mobbed by paparazzi. This is, like, shortly after she, like, got divorced from Prince Charles, sausage fingers, and started dating somebody else. And she was being chased in Paris by paparazzi, and they collided with another car, and the impact, or she died on the scene. And the conspiracy theory is that the royal palace always wanted her dead because she was bringing negative attention to the royal family and, you know, like causing scandals and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
There's like letters written by Diana that she's pretty convinced that that she's also going to meet like an early grave or something too.
Right.
So there's a conspiracy about like if the car actually was supposed to hit her or like if there was even like a murder plot for Diana at all. So
yeah, that one. I mean, it seems very, very possible that a powerful government or like a powerful monarch would want somebody to be gone that is like besmirching their name and shit. So to me, that doesn't seem so far out.
Yeah.
It obviously we'll never know, but
yeah,
I believe it is what I'm saying.
I'm curious about because Prince Harry wrote a biography as well, which kind of is I guess it's an expose, but most of it was stuff we kind of already assumed about the workings of the royal family and stuff. It's just kind of nice to get the confirmation from somebody who was literally like right in there. It is a book that in our library network has like 300 holds. So if you good luck getting it.
Good luck, everybody.
For rental. So it's very popular. So I don't know. The whole thing with Prince Harry and Meghan is so like wild to me that like I guess he's still a prince and like if he's given it up or not, I don't really know. Like
he is still a prince.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was
that he renounced it.
Yeah,
he did, but not by title, and I forget what the reason is. But yeah, I don't know. The whole dynamic's strange. I guess good for him if he's feeling like you know, like he was young when Diana died. I'm sure that it was an everlasting trauma, and then Prince Charles sausage fingers marrying Camilla the nanny. So like
sausage fingers.
Oh my, like. I forget it was you or someone else who pointed them out to me, but like I can't not look at pictures of Prince Charles and just like zoom in on his hands.
Yep, it was me.
Oh, it was you? Okay.
At the big sausage fingers.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Perfect.
It's perfect. But yeah, so we'll never know.
Yeah.
Maybe Prince. What's his name?
Harry.
Harry.
William. Which one? The one that left?
Yeah.
Harry.
Prince Harry. Maybe he will spill the deets.
I'm sure he spills a lot of deets in his book. I won't know until I can get my hands on it. It's gonna be a little while. So
there you go.
There's also conspiracy for the two biggest rappers of the 90s with Tupac and Biggie because their murders are still unsolved and because they were East Coast, West Coast, I guess, rivals, that there was some sort of like sort of gang related thing that caused both of them to be killed pretty much in similar ways. I think it's someone pulled up next to the car and shot at it for both of them. I'm pretty sure.
You're saying that somebody had to back that.
What?
Are you saying about like the financing for that? Like who?
No, well, I'm saying they died in similar ways.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a conspiracy that P. Diddy was like involved with that too.
Right. Yeah.
It was kind of like obviously it would make sense. But holy shit, man! Like that was a crazy fucking time.
I was too young for that, and obviously, if I was old enough anyway, I wasn't listening to Tupac or Biggie.
I wasn't really listening to them, but it was just like on the fucking news. Like,
yeah. And they're still unsolved, which
unsolved.
I know. I'm sure. I'm convinced that people know who did it and stuff, but there's a culture with it. So.
Suge Knight.
He's in jail now too, isn't he, for some unrelated stuff? Because he, So.
He's in jail.
Yes, he is. But yeah, so that's another conspiracy one, just because of how prolific they were, and they were literally in the heights of their careers.
They were. And
now they're holograms. What a time to be alive.
Oof. That Tupac hologram was crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. Hatsune Miku is much more impressive.
Okay, whatever.
In my honest opinion.
Okay. Do you have any others?
Yes. Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. John Lennon, speaking of the Beatles.
John Lennon.
So the whole story with John Lennon is that like he was coming back from a radio interview he did in New York, like near New Year's. So he was talking about like, expectations and hopes for like the next new year and stuff. It's very like oddly prophetic. And there was a crazy fan who met up with them at their like apartment building and shot John Lennon, saying that he was offended that at one point he compared the
bigger than Jesus.
Yeah, bigger than Jesus, which I actually understand what he meant. He meant like in like a like consumed like popular way.
Yeah.
But it was obviously taken as like that they are more, I don't know, influential and more important than Jesus or whatever.
Yeah.
So I guess the guy was offended by that. He also blamed the book The Catcher in the Rye, which I've actually never had to read for school or anything. So I don't know what The Catcher in the Rye is about. So I don't know if that's true or not. But the idea is that John Lennon was a very overt, outspoken peace activist in a time of tumultuous war on the horizon between like, Vietnam and whatever. So there was always a plan by the government to like
get rid of him.
Yeah, to deport or dead or alive John Lennon.
Yeah.
Because of him being able to stir up anti-war sentiments in a time of almost war. So just another one like that. It's very vague because like it's very obvious who killed him because the guy like stayed on the scene until like cops came.
Like, yeah, I'm the one who killed John Lennon.
And like Yoko was there. Like it wasn't like somebody was framed. It was just like people thinking that he was maybe brought on by the government or something to off John Lennon. So damn,
son.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
All right. So more recent one. I think this is my last one. Yes. So my last one is a recent one, and it's a fella by the name of Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein?
The
man who killed himself?
Yeah, that one that he was always suicidal, and he committed suicide just when there was nobody to see or oversee him, allegedly.
Oh my goodness, that Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein.
I had gotten him confused with a different one.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people named Jeffrey Epstein. But yeah, like you said this off camera, but I don't think that there's ever been a more unanimous between the left and the right in politics idea of what actually happened to Jeffrey Epstein. And it was not that he killed himself. I think you're hard pressed to find anybody who truly believes that he killed himself.
There's, that meme of like the big muscly arm, the black hand.
Yeah, and then the white arm.
Hand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was the meme. It was
the left, the right. Jeffrey Epstein
didn't kill himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the conspiracy. And he had a lot of connections to a lot of powerful people, like in the royals with like former presidents, Trump. And like he was connected to a lot of people. It would have been maybe a domino effect somehow, even though the trial had already commenced. So I guess if you were really going to like kill him, could have done it sooner, but whatever. But yeah, no, I really don't know a single person that thinks that he actually killed himself. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. I don't know.
He had connections to a lot of powerful people.
Yeah.
Powerful people have connections themselves to a lot of institutions and other powerful people. They killed him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that one's less of a conspiracy theory and more just like we know the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Like, I don't know how anyone could think that he was like, for anyone to really think that he killed himself is, you have to just not be
in touch with reality.
In touch with reality, or wanting to connect any dots. Like you have to be like just completely willfully ignorant. Mm-hmm. It's very apparent that he did not kill himself.
So we are Jeffrey Epstein murdered believers here on the podcast. And we got one more, right? You've got one you want to talk about that is going to cap off our big old round celebrity list. I
do actually. So it's a very big celebrity. Like probably one of the biggest prolific celebrities of the past 100 years.
Yeah.
It would be Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Got a light-skinned girl look like Michael Jackson.
A replacement theory. Ooh.
What'd you say?
I said a replacement conspiracy theory.
True. That is very true. So as you may know, as the years went on, Michael Jackson, his appearance changed radically, right?
Yeah.
So there's a couple schools of thought.
Yeah.
The first one is that I don't know, he either died or like, I don't know, aged out or something. And then they obviously saw how much money he was making and replaced him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the cost-effective thing to do.
The cost-effective thing to do is if that human isn't working,
get another human.
Get another one, replace them, have them learn all the intricate stuff, and we'll keep this cash cow going, baby. And they snap twice.
How to snap away one person out of existence. All right. Whoa. So what's the other theory?
Okay. The other theory pertains to his death.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry. That's the third theory.
So many theories.
The second one that I can think of, there might be even more, was that for a time in the 90s, because like Michael Jackson's appearance changed like radically. From the 80s, he was looking a lot different, right? And he was doing and saying kind of like weird shit, I guess. He was losing his mind.
Yeah.
And there was like a rumor that was circulating that he slept in like a hyperbaric chamber.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that ever came about, but like it was a rumor and it got pretty good press. And I remember seeing
there like fake photos.
Yeah, like I remember seeing like at the grocery store, you know, like the fucking tabloid rags.
Yeah.
They would always be like, Wacko Jacko sleeps in a fucking...
Wacko Jacko!
Yeah.
I used to see that all the time in my Weekly World News magazines.
Every fucking time.
Yeah.
It'd be like, sleeps in a hyperbaric chamber to stave off death or
keep
some
himself
shit.
from aging.
Yeah, keep himself from aging.
Because that was always his big fear, too. So I think that's why people maybe were more prone to believe it.
Maybe,
like, well,
right?
he's always wanted to be more a kid still, you know.
So he must sleep in this fucking chamber. And I don't know anything about it. I actually haven't looked into it. I don't think it's real, from what I remember hearing.
No.
Like, it's not real. He didn't sleep in any sort of, like, weird compression chamber like that. So, the third one has to do with his death, because when he died, let me tell you, that was like a crazy fucking time. Like,
yeah, and like it happened the day after Farrah Fawcett died, and then nobody cared about her.
I know, that was crazy.
Like I remember being on vacation with my mom, my family, extended family, and they would deliver like newspapers to your door or something. Like if you asked for them, and we were walking by a person from across from us and looked at their newspaper headline and it said something about Farrah Fawcett. We were already like, wow, that's kind of crazy. Damn. And then Michael Jackson died, and I was like, I remember exactly what I was doing. I was coming back from water slides in New Hampshire. Hell yeah. Found out Michael Jackson died, so crazy time.
True.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't mention I'm sorry, with replacement theory too. It's because he like also was vastly different in his tone of skin. Like he went from somebody that had like clearly melanin in him to someone that looked like just bleached.
I think it was proven that he had vitiligo, but I think he really rapidly accelerated it, like probably chemically, so it wasn't patchy looking.
I think that's probably exactly what happened.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, a lot of him changed like around like mid 80s, and then 90s, of course. Yeah.
So his death was very shocking to a lot of people.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Like, I remember being like, damn, I cannot believe that like Michael Jackson's fucking dead. And this was after like recent allegations, like not exactly after the allegations, like maybe a couple years after there was a second wave of allegations, but like he was kind of on the upswing. He was doing music still, and this was going to be his final tour.
Yeah, right? His big, huge tour. I love that documentary too. It was cool to see his...
Oh, This Is It?
Yeah. This Is It tour. The creative process was really cool. And it was also co-directed by the guy who made the High School Musical movies, which is great. I think that's great and on brand. But yeah, no, he was on an upswing. It was supposed to be his big comeback.
He was in his final tour, right?
The timing was very within like a couple weeks of when the tour was supposed to start, he died. Yeah, and there was a lot of people who just really couldn't accept that he died. Okay, here's the crazy thing, okay? Yeah. I went hard on this shit, okay? Okay. There was a website back then. I don't know if it exists now because I'm afraid to look to actually Google the search term for it. Okay. It was called Michael Jackson Death Hoax. Okay. Okay. And they would post all of these theories on what happened. Michael Jackson's still alive. Michael Jackson is out there. I saw him here. Like, if you listen to these records, he's saying that he's okay. Oh, yeah. Subliminal messages.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, like, there was no evidence, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
but there was a lot of convincing statements and shit on there. Okay, people were like, "Oh yeah, he was known to like kind of be a prankster, and sometimes he would put on makeup and try to disguise himself."
Yeah.
At the time, there was this gentleman. I don't know who the fuck this person is. Okay.
Okay.
I think it was a kid that was badly burned in a fire. Okay. And he got to meet Michael at some point in his life, like a Make-A-Wish kind of thing. But
yeah,
I guess he wasn't. He wasn't dying of cancer. He was just like really badly burned.
Okay.
So he went on the show, like one of the late night talk shows or something like that. I think it was Larry King, and he like kind of looks a little bit like Michael Jackson in like really bad makeup.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna show it to you now. I can edit out all the bullshit, but I'll show you what he looked like. Okay. All right. So give me a sec.
Yeah. If you're gonna cut this out anyway, I'll be quiet. I think
It was this
him?
guy. Yeah.
Okay.
So like he was very badly burned in a fire, right?
Uh-huh.
And that's why his face is like that. But he looked very similar, at least at that time, to Michael Jackson. And I think he even had like a higher pitched voice. It was very weird. And that person was like the person that was like, that triggered my brain to be like, I don't know what's happening here, but this is very fucking weird. Now listen, I don't think this is connected to anything. I think Michael Jackson is dead. I don't think he is this person in makeup. But when I was young, I kind of had a little bit more of an imagination. Yeah. And I wanted to believe. I'm like, this has got to be
I want to believe.
Michael Jackson's alive. He's too smart to be dead.
He's too smart to be dead. His education level wouldn't allow for this.
Right. But yeah, that was the moment where I'm like, holy shit, what is happening here? Like, who is this person and why is he showing up now? And I've never heard of this.
Who are you people?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. I never heard of that before. That's interesting.
The doctor too, the one that was with him, like
Conrad Murray. He was like not doing things right to help him be resuscitated.
I guess he just wasn't a great doctor. Like, he just was a shitty doctor. Or maybe he
over-medicated. And also when he found Michael unconscious on his bed.
He didn't start the...
He did chest compressions on the bed.
Oh, okay.
Which you're supposed to do it on a hard, flat surface.
Right.
Yeah. So, and I guess he was doing chest compressions for like the first 3 or so minutes on the bed until a dispatcher was telling him to put him on the floor. So, he wasn't great at doctoring. So, he got 4 years in jail. Yeah. But like, I don't know, it's like a very small price to pay, I guess. And I guess it was just like people were so shocked and outraged about it that maybe they wanted a person to be accountable.
They did.
Yeah.
They wanted someone to, like, he's a huge superstar. Like, there hasn't been anyone like him since.
Elvis. As far as like a notable musician.
Yeah, so I guess Elvis was it, and then Michael Jackson was
King of Rock, King of Pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. I think it was because you would be hard pressed to kind of find anybody to be known as the king of or the queen of, because it's like there was never one before, so like it's not a title that's looking to be replaced. Like no one's looking to replace like Celine Dion as like the Canadian queen of like power ballads or whatever.
Queen.
Yeah. Because there wasn't like she was the first one and the one to do it best, so it doesn't make sense to like keep replacing. It's like I try to think of equivalents for like older like actors that die, and it's like what would be our like equivalent here? I guess it would be like, I don't know, Brad Pitt or Angelina Jolie or whatever, but they also got their start in the 90s, so it's, I don't know. Just time's a weird thing. Like celebrities that like my parents grew up with are ones that I'm like more shocked by than celebrities of my own time if they die. I don't know. That sounds harsh.
Of my own time.
Like, I don't know. Aaron Carter had a rough life, man, so.
He did. Aaron Carter.
But it was shocking, but it wasn't as shocking as like Robin Williams or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Robin Williams was tough.
That one was a different one, though.
I don't feel like that was like I feel like that was kind of like our time too, because
yeah, but he got his start before our time too. So that's why like anybody strictly from our time.
Okay.
Which is why I say Aaron Carter.
Aaron Carter.
But there's already such like high precedence and stuff. So Michael Jackson is really like the only person who I could think of would ever retain the title of King of Pop. So
sure. It was a crazy fucking ride on that conspiracy website.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
It was awesome.
Sounds like 4chan.
I don't know. No? It wasn't like that. Like these people were actually trying to solve a fucking murder. Like
Nancy Drew's over there.
Like they were putting pieces together. It was crazy. Huh. But it was such a thrilling read. Like you ever read something and you know that it's probably not true,
but you want to believe.
But you want to believe and it's fun. And so you read it.
Yes, you do.
And so you're up at 2 a.m. reading a thread about why Dr. Conrad Murray is actually Michael Jackson in makeup. And
that was the one that was floating around?
There's another one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. There was so many. Tori, it was a whole website called michaeljacksondeathhoax.com.
But like.
There were many theories.
That's a lot. That's a big theory.
A game theory.
A game theory.
Yeah, man. There were so many fucking theories. Like, people were pulling receipts out of left field. That's how I learned about that kid who got burned. Like, yeah. That shit is crazy. Mm-hmm. All right? But I wanted to believe. Like, Michael will emerge on this day.
Like Jesus or something. He just needs 3 days of sleep.
It's just because, like, they would have, like, a date that they would pull out from like a song, like if you actually listen to this album and you listen to this, like he says this in this part and it says I will return or some shit. Like,
I love the people that are like, this has like satanic messaging if you play it backwards. No, who's playing it backwards? Also, like I've never known anybody to be like, yeah, I really prefer Stairway to Heaven when it's played backwards.
Absolutely.
No, you don't. No.
That's how you get to Satan.
Or stand in front of your mirror and say Bloody Mary 3 times.
Ooh.
Do it, I dare you.
Did you ever do it?
Yeah, like for sleepovers and stuff. Same thing was like with like light as a feather, stiff as a board, Ouija boards, like all that classic like haunting stuff.
I never did the Ouija board. I wasn't allowed to have it.
My mom gave me one. I had a glow in the dark one. It was awesome. God. Thanks, Mom.
But it's always some asshole moving it, right?
Yeah, it's like, no, I swear I'm not moving it. It's like, oh my God, somebody's moving. Like, literally, like, someone is moving it.
Just tell me you're moving it. Like, I'm not mad. Just,
yeah, Tina, tell me you're moving it.
Oh, Tina, calling her out.
I don't know Tina.
Tina.
But yeah, no. So, anyway, a lot of Michael Jackson controversy even now.
Yeah.
But I missed out on that heyday of conspiracy theory websites like you did. I just had Weekly World News.
If I can find on like the Wayback Machine or something, like
that'd be awesome.
Cache version of Michael Jackson Death Hoax,
Lost Media,
I will let you know immediately.
All right. Yes. All right, and thus concludes our 3-part conspiracy theory talk. It's fun. It's fun when it's like harmless stuff.
It is pretty fun.
That won't impact your own life, you know? So
I think we're coming down to the wire, right?
Just about.
Okay.
So
do you have something interesting you want to say? Close on.
All right, we're gonna do like the quickest K-pop corner on the face of the planet. So sped up intro or whatever you're doing. Future Lewis.
Okay, I'm ready.
I want you to imagine. We're gonna do a scenario. Imagine.
I'm imagining.
You are a male born in Korea, South Korea.
Okay, I'm imagining my male born in Korea, South Korea.
Okay, great.
I have to close my eyes for this?
No, if you can imagine with your eyes open, that's fine too.
Okay.
So you are made aware as you grow up that all Korean males have to serve in the military, be enlisted between the ages of 18 and 31. You are preparing your life for this. Every male does it. It's basically just, it's unique to South Korea, but it's...
Got you.
It's something every male does.
I'm made aware at some point in my life between the ages of 0 and... that I will have to serve for at least
22 months.
22 months in the Korean military at some point. Okay, gotcha.
I forgot about that part. Yeah, the time limit, the time length. It's because your next door neighbor is kind of a mean next door neighbor.
I have a mean next door neighbor. He's not nice.
With nukes. So,
he's got nukes.
Imagine now you decided with your life you're going to be part of a successful K-pop group, and you have, written and produced several songs. You have royalty rights. You make enough money to establish your own company. You sign other artists on. You are doing good for yourself.
Sounds great.
Yes. Now imagine you get the letter, and I don't know how they get the news. I'm assuming it's a letter. You get a letter in the mail. It's time to enlist.
I'm reading the letter.
I want you to imagine now that
I'm imagining it.
You are so scared to lose everything you worked for, despite knowing this was going to be happening, that you would be becoming an enlisted soldier, that you decide to lie about having epilepsy in order to get out of it.
Okay, I'm imagining a scenario in which I am holding a piece of paper that says I'm enlisting in the Korean military, and I'm imagining myself losing the vast amount of
money and notoriety
that I've garnered all these years as a successful writer and producer
and founder of a company
or two, who knows. Anyways,
but you knew this was going to happen.
I knew this was going to happen since I was 0 years old.
So to get out of it,
I'm faking epilepsy.
Yes.
Okay. Should I pretend to have a seizure?
No, just go with the fact that this group of people have made fake doctor notes for hundreds of other soldiers. It's fine though; they're professionals, and you won't get caught. Totally.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
Okay, so I've got a fake doctor note. I'm ready to go.
Okay. Imagine that the Korean military put 2 and 2 together. They realize that all the doctor notes are recent, and they say that everybody has epilepsy, and they do an investigation, and you get caught.
Oh no.
Well, this scenario is what exactly happened to Ravi, former Vix, not MX, Vix. They have a lot of the same letters.
Vix, change up.
Yep, formerly. He put out an apology letter, and he formerly resigned from Vix. So he was their rapper and songwriter, but I'm sure there was a rapper in another K-pop group who was involved in the Seungri scandal, and he also left, but he left the songs that he wrote and everything to the band to use. Because that'd be kind of scummy if he took it. So I'm thinking that's what Ravi will do. But so his letter goes something like this, where he apologizes. He goes, "In the past, I was assigned to public service due to illness I had," which is probably true. K-pop idols are overworked, so he probably had something where it wasn't active duty. There's public service stuff, which most K-pop idols do. "And I was postponing my service for my activities when I reached the point where it was difficult to postpone any further." They got rid of being able to postpone. You used to be able to.
Yeah, you told me that sometimes they can kind of even pick when they're going to get in, right?
Yeah.
So
now I think they can only within the year that they're told they have to enlist, but I think they used to be able to put it off a couple of years or something.
Gotcha.
I was the only artist in my company generating profits, which is a really bad thing to admit. And the implementation dates for contracts that were signed before COVID were being postponed without certainty. So with the burden of contract cancellation charges, I was desperate to delay my military service. So basically he lied in order to try to keep his company afloat. And he also apologized to epilepsy patients and their families for using them for a lie.
Oh my god.
But all he had to do was enlist. I guess your company's gonna go under, at least military dodging is it's impossible to come back from. I've talked about this before, but you would have still been, he was on a couple he was a regular cast member in a couple of variety shows. He had a presence with the public. Mm-hmm. He would have found a way to bounce back even if his company failed, if he really was the only person making money. And he also had his group that he was with. They could also make money too. So just imagine that
so he ruined his whole career.
Yeah, he won't be coming back. Oof. Yeah. It's just so dumb. It's something and people were trying to be well, it's unfair that they have to do the military stuff anyway. And it's well, that's too bad. Tell Kim Jong-un to put his nukes away or something, and maybe there'll be peace. But until then, people put trigger warnings sometimes on Twitter posts for military enlistment. It is not triggering. It is a fact of life for Korean men. If this is the genre of music you're gonna like, I guess you're too soft. I don't know what to tell you. Go stand Japanese people or something, or literally anybody but South Korea who do not have an active military enlistment.
Wow.
Well, also go stand Japanese people. They make great music too. Okay. But yeah. So he's not coming back. That's really, it's one of like not Japan, Korea's pride is serving for your country and stuff. So to dodge it is really scummy, and couldn't be me doing that and ruining my whole career that I worked my entire life up for. Couldn't be me. So that's really the only piece of news is that, and then prosecutors are looking to jail him for 2 years, which Korea is very, very light on jail sentences. Seungri is a great example of that.
So he'll be out in 18 months.
Probably less than that.
9.
I'd be surprised if it was even a year that he gets for jail. I'm sure there'll be other ways he'll have to atone or whatever, but jail time seems not super likely. I don't know. Korean laws are weird. Like, they charge way more for like drug use than they do for like sex crimes and stuff, or like prosecution sentences and stuff. It's just so it's different. It's just different. It doesn't always make sense to me, but yeah, that's really all the piece of news I got. It's been oddly quiet. I feel like something's gonna happen. What? I don't know. Usually when it's too quiet, something big happens.
We'll keep our fingers crossed. Okay,
I hope I'm wrong. Until then, go buy Down to Earth, Taeyang's new EP that'll be out by the time the episode's out.
6 crosses.
7 crosses.
7 crosses.
7 out of 7 crosses. That's how I rate it.
Ooh, actually, 777 is a holy number. So there you go.
All according to plan. It comes out on April 25th. What's 2 + 5? 7.
7. Oh my God. Holy shit.
Just saying. So anyway.
Damn, son.
That's all I got. It's a short K-pop quarter because not much is happening, and I really wanted to talk about American dead people.
American
celebrities over Korean celebrities today, so it is what it is.
All right, well, have you gotten your fill of
conspiracy theories? Yes, we covered a lot, and so next time we talk about it, I think it'll just be one focused thing instead of the whole broad spectrum.
I like to talk. Maybe we can even deep dive into the other ones that we talked about and circle back.
Yes.
How's that?
Circle, like the shape of the earth.
Oh, flat, right?
No.
2D.
3D.
No.
Okay. But anyway.
Anyways, if you live on Earth, whether it's flat or not.
You live on Earth, yeah.
You can go check us out at
LEM'n'TEA podcast here on YouTube. Click subscribe down below. Do the bell if you want to. We won't force you. Or
if you want to check out Tory, you can go to youtube.com/AzRazFlame, FLAMEE, 2 E's.
Yes, at the end. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I thought you were spelling the beginning, which was not the case.
No. And then twitter.com/trippydes, TRIPPYDESU.
Come see me tag and scold Spotify for the next couple weeks. It'll be great.
I will be there.
All right. Play Coldplay again. Spotify, I dare you. Do it. No, do Imagine Dragons instead.
I wonder what it'll be tomorrow.
Oh my God, if it's Imagine Dragons, I will throw my phone into the street.
No, don't.
Into Main Street.
Okay. Don't do it.
I'm going to do it. But anyway, if you want to check out more of Lewis, go to twitch.tv/lumo, where you stream every Thursday, right?
Most Thursdays.
Most Thursdays. Expect him on a Thursday.
At some point, yeah. At some point, at some time.
Put those alerts on. Follow him.
Put them on.
Light him up. Also follow him on Twitter by the same name of Lumo for retweets of me yelling at Spotify.
It could be great.
And sleepy bye-bye times.
No. It's listen. They're going to do something. I think Spotify will redeem himself.
You have a lot of faith in the thing that we've come to
I know. I just want to have a crazy theory out there. I know it's not going to happen. I'm
curious what their last song will be. If it's like
Bye 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 by NSYNC.
Or like Time of Your Life by Green Day.
Oh man.
Or I don't know.
Vitamin C.
We Are the Champions or something by Queen. Something, I don't know. Vitamin C. Graduation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to decades. I'm graduating.
I also hated how inconsistent it was with holidays. It's like, this will be a holiday song for this holiday, but not this one. It's like, all right, thank you.
That was very strange. Like,
thanks for bringing up my expectations and crashing them down. Thanks, Heardle.
One of the years when it wasn't owned by Spotify, right? Before, in the good days.
The good old days.
They had September by
Oh, Green Day? No.
No.
Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Yes.
Yes! Oh my god, yes, and they didn't play that song for any of September.
This past year.
So stupid.
I don't know why they didn't.
So many missed opportunities, but whatever. But anyway, rip Heardle.
Rip Heardle, rip the legend.
Rip the original legend.
Rip the original legend, Heardle HD, or sorry, Heardle OG.
Heardle HD OG.
HD OG.
MVP.
All right. T.
Lem.
T.
So you want to see more of us, subscribe below, or follow us on Twitter or TikTok by the same name of LEM'n'TEA Podcast. Shenanigans, millennials, talking about Heardle, novelty stuff.
There won't be any more talking about Heardle because it'll be done.
We'll find out what we're going to talk about next time.
Spoiler alert, it will not be Heardle because Heardle will be done.
Never say never.
Okay.
Justin Bieber.
All
right. Anyway.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, One Ho. Thank you for serving in the military the right way.
You didn't even say hello to him.
Hello, goodbye. I'm sorry.
I know.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.